And up until that point, in my younger days, I just kind of watched movies and I liked them because movies are fun. I don't know. But that moment was like, I remember just like watching everything, and like all of a sudden all the elements just came together for me. Like I started looking at how the characters were acting, and I saw them as characters. Like I no longer saw them as people, I saw them as characters. I looked at their relationships, and I've watched that movie so many times since then, but nothing will beat that first time, because that was really where I knew that even if I wasn't a director or cinematographer or whatever, I wanted to do something similar to that in that way. So they did a 48-hour film challenge, which was from the night that you get it until Sunday is how long you have to make it. So you have to, and there was like stipulations, like you have to include this prop, you have to include this line of dialogue, you have to have this theme, you have to have this genre, because theme and genre are not the same. I don't know, in filmmaking, I don't know, they're kind of interchangeable for me. And so it was like, it was horror mystery with the theme of compassion, with the line of dialogue. You know, now that you mention it, I did read that somewhere before, with the prop of headphones. And I looked at that and I was like, what is this? But on top of that, I only had one other person helping me make it. And she's great. She's an international student on campus, speaks very little English, and that was a huge language barrier for me, and one thing I was worried about going in. But after like we kind of locked in with each other, and we like literally sat in there and just like busted out ideas for 3 hours. Like I remember like we probably went through the storyboard process like 3 times until we finally came up with an idea that was like the best mix of what we both had. And so we kind of did like this post-apocalyptic, like the end of the world, and this is like a social media influencer making his last video, but he kind of spent his whole life making stuff to where he just lost his apathy and his connection to humanity. And so he's kind of studying human video and trying to learn what that looks like. And it was a great experience, because I learned to never again shoot on 4K when you're doing something like that in a short amount of time, because that was insane. But I also learned, you know, how to talk to talent, how to address people with differing ideas, how to mix in elements of their ideas and your ideas. I used to be of the mentality that it's like, okay, well, if it's not my idea, I don't want to do it. And I was like, that's kind of toxic, I don't want to do that. So I kind of, you know, a lot of my classes have helped me with that too, because you have to work with other students. But that's where Film Club has really allowed me to come to those people and present them with an idea like that. And a lot of them are busy, and so like she was the only one that was able to help me. But the fact that we were able to create something in that short amount of time and put it out there that quickly, and we almost won too, which is insane. And also just networking with all the other filmmakers too was just, it was great. That was a great way to get my name out there too.